Hobbywing has entered the mini crawler scene. Today we're checking out their first brushless combo for the mini crawlers, the Quicrun Mini24. This is a brushless motor and ESC combo priced at just 75 bucks. This is designed for both 24th and 18th scale crawlers, so it's going to fit your Redcat Ascent, TRX4M, SCX24s. We're going to try to put it in an SCX24 today, and I'm really excited to get in here and check this thing out. So we're going to unbox it. I'll show you what comes in the package. We'll go over the key features and the specs, and then we'll throw it in the build and run it and see how it does. Oh, I'm super excited for this. I love Hobbywing product. I was so pumped when they released this. Been waiting for them to drop a 24 scale or mini crawler setup for a long time, and here we are. This is available. You can get either the motor or the ESC separately, or you can get them in the combo like I have. Very competitively priced at $75 for the pair. Nice packaging here. We got the clear plastic boxes for each one of these components. Let's take a look at the ESC first. Okay, here we are. Here's the Quicrun Mini24 ESC here. Nice compact footprint here. It's got a potted design. It's filled with this waterproofing material here. This is capable of up to 3S power. BEC output on this is up to 7.4 volts. That is programmable with this. This works with both sensorless brushless motors and brush motors. You have this extra wire connector here if you want to run a brush motor. You can plug it in here. See, it's got one of the middle pins removed. Plugs right in there, and then you would solder that to your brushed motor, I'm assuming. We've got an auxiliary plug here, so it has this rubber kind of stopper there you can take out. You can plug this into an additional channel on your receiver, and you can do drag brake tuning on the fly. Peak current on this is 60 amp. Size on it's got a nice compact footprint on it. Size on this is about 28 millimeters by 18 millimeters by 12. I thought I had a Lizard Pro, but here it is against the Furytech Python. So if you look at it here, it's significantly smaller than the Python, virtually in all dimensions. Python is a beast of an ESC. So you can see, just to give you kind of a size perspective, I think I've got a Lizard Pro. I do have a Lizard Pro in the build now. So here you can see if I can pop this out. I'm going to remove it anyway. Here we go. This is a more direct comparison. Here it is against the Lizard Pro that it will be replacing. Again, still noticeably smaller than the Lizard Pro. So this is a good looking little setup here. I like the size. I like that it's waterproof. Very cool. You can also use the Hobbywing program card for this. So if you want to get into the more extensive programming options from Hobbywing, it is an additional cost. These LED program cards are pretty inexpensive at around 10 bucks. But just keep that in mind if you want to take advantage of the full functionality of this. There are 13 different programming options here as outlined in the instructions, but to access those you're going to need a programming card like this. Now let's check out the motor. Alright, here's our motor here. This is a very small compact brushless outrunner motor. It looks very similar to the Furytech Micro Komodo. This is a 3500 kV 1621. You notice it's named the 1621. That's because that is the dimensions of the motor. We've got a 9mm shaft, 2mm diameter. It's got a variety of different mounting positions here. It's going to give you some versatility on what you put it on, whether it's going to be the SCX24, TRX4M, and so on. It's nice that you get a bunch of different options here. It does not come with any pinion gears, which is a little bit of a bummer because it makes installation a little more challenging, especially for someone who's less experienced with going to a brushless motor. That's one of the things that I'm a little concerned about going with the SCX24 is how I'm going to fit the pinion on here appropriately. It would be a little easier on a TRX4M with the larger size, but we'll see if we can get it to work. I mentioned the Micro Komodo, so let's do a size comparison here. If we look at the 1621 against the Venom, which is basically the Micro Komodo's little brother, you can see very, very similar overall design here. The Hobbywing looks like a little bit larger in the diameter, but overall very, very similar. This also does not come with any motor mounts, so you're going to have to source your own motor mount, especially for an SCX24. Given the bolt patterns and things on this, this should bolt right up to a TRX4M or a Redcat Ascent. But for us today, I'm going to be using the Micro Komodo motor mount from Furytech. This should get us situated, should bolt right up just like that right there and hook right onto the SCX24 transmission. So I'm excited for this. Let's give it a shot. I need to find a pinion gear to put on this and see if we can get it situated. But let's dig into it and start making the swap. Here we are about to mount this motor up here. What I ended up doing, the only pinion I could find that I could get on here was a plastic one. which I'm not super excited about, but I got it on there nonetheless. Had to drill it out slightly to get it over this 2mm shaft. And then all I did was just take a drop of super glue, put it on the shaft. What I did do is just match this up with the transmission beforehand to give me an idea of where I needed the pinion to be, because it's kind of like a one-shot deal. So now I've let the glue dry a little bit. I'm going to bolt this up. Should fit right on there. Perfect fit with the FuriTech micro Komodo mount. And then this should drop right in. Our chassis was already set up for this, so it'll be rear facing, but drop right in just like that and we'll be good to go. Okay, so now we're going to try to calibrate this thing. There's a little bit of calibration we have to do on first startup. So I'm going to plug in my battery. I'm going to press and hold the power button here. I got beeping. So I'm going to press it once. Beeps once, you hold full throttle. Tap again. Okay, there's full throttle. Reverse. Tap again. It's supposed to beep 3. Hey, that should... Hey, all right. I think we're good. I don't know what that red light is. I'll try that again. Something went wrong there. Try number 2. Press and hold. Get the beeping. Press once for neutral. Beep. Full throttle. Two. Full reverse. Doesn't grab the reverse. Jeez, that took a long time. Let's see. That one work? We got it. That worked. Okay, looks like I had to make sure your trims are set to 0. I had my throttle trim slightly tweaked and that seemed to have messed it up, but now we are in business. Let's check out the first run. Look at that. Super smooth. Extremely quiet. Very linear. A little bit of a shudder there. You can see when I break out of that. A little, yeah, right there. See it? Just a little bit of hitch there. Alright guys, got my mesh a little bit better. Still need to tweak it, but it's much quieter now. I did go in and program this a little bit with the card. I upped the reverse, so out of the box it comes with 50% reverse. I upped that to 75, so I got more speed in reverse. I don't like 100%, but I need more than 50. So that gives us more punch there. Also increased the FOC range. I boosted that up to 27%. It's 21, I believe, from the factory. Kept the BEC at 6 volts on the servo just because I'm running this little cheapy Emax. When I upgrade the servo, I can boost that up. But overall, it's very, very smooth. That hitch in the beginning there is pretty much gone. That was probably due to my gear mesh. I think it gets a little bit of a punch when you get out of that. You know, it's probably that FOC range, similar to the FuriTech. See that little jump right there? It's very, very linear, very smooth. And that right there, that little hitch. But otherwise, it's very, very linear there. Let's see this. Let's see if I can crawl over this. Oh, look at that. No cogging or anything under that resistance coming up to this square obstacle. Super smooth. Not a speed demon. This is on 2S. I will try it on 3S. That's full speed. Stock SCX24 gearing. Overall, cool combo. I'm pumped. I'm going to go take this out, hit the rocks. Let's go see how it does in the real world. Out here in the backyard with the new Hobbywing setup. I'm excited to try this. We're gonna try it on 2S, so we do a couple rounds on the 2S on the outdoor course, and then I got a 3S pack I'll put in here to try that too. Boy, the thing is super smooth. Look at that, it's super linear, very easy to control. Feels just like a FuryTech system, you know, just like the top tier brushless systems we're used to. I'll just see, slow it right down and creep through there. I like it. I like it. Really happy I was able to get this in an SCX24. It would have been a lot easier to throw a pinion on there and do it in a 18 scale, but I really wanted this in the SCX24, and I'm glad I got it to work. Slow it right down, we creep through there. We got the Jeep wave going, down to earth. Excellent. I really like to see these new brushless systems. It's so good. FuryTech has dominated the market, really had a monopoly on the brushless systems for so long. It's such a nice refresher to see big players like Hobbywing jumping in here with these great systems. Definitely has some good punch. It's got enough punch to get in trouble here. See if I can bump over this obstacle. Oh yeah, it's got it. Alright, cool. Let's throw it on 3S here. Right here we're on 3S. Let's check out the wheel speed. That's much better. See how it crawls. We can get that nice slow speed control with the 3S. Feels pretty good. Look at that. I almost think I prefer it on 3S. You're able to move through the throttle range easier. It takes a little more input on the 2S. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like the 3S a lot here. This feels really good. Yeah, now the steering. I gotta overhaul my steering. This thing's struggling, but boy, I love the powertrain here. Had the Little Guy Racing Parts creeper motor in here before. Feels very similar to that. I think it has a little more of a broader power band, probably a little wider power band. But I felt like the creeper motor kind of ran out of steam sooner than this one did, but early parts of the power band, they feel very similar. What is going on here? Again, very similar to the Micro Komodo. I'd say it's kind of in between the Little Guy Racing Parts motor and the Micro Komodo. I feel like the Micro Komodo winds out a little further than this one does. So this is a nice middle ground, and I love the smoothness of it. It's got the linearity of kind of the Mofo NanoBam systems. You know, that's a very linear, very easy to control system. It feels a lot like that. Loving it on 3S. Oh, Awesome. All right, I'm gonna keep playing out here, but I'm pretty impressed with this package. For 75 bucks. This is a great option for a brushless upgrade for your mini crawler. Alright guys, I'm really pleased with the Hobbywing Quickrun 24 setup here. Installation was pretty straightforward, so if you do an SCX24 you will need that micro Komodo motor mount. Once you get that, it's a very simple bolt-on. System works great, super smooth, excellent power delivery, performance just like you would expect from Hobbywing. I love seeing a big player like Hobbywing jump into the mini crawler scene. This is a really exciting time. FuriTech has dominated the brushless lineup in the mini crawlers for so long. This has been a really great year with some good competition in the segment finally. I think this Quickrun 24 setup could be the most direct competitor for the FuriTech systems. Now, would I purchase this over a FuriTech system? It depends on the build. You know, this Hobbywing system has great performance. It does have some tuning capability, but not to the level of the FuriTech systems. The FuriTech FuriCar app really lets you tune on the fly. We don't quite get that with the Hobbywing system. The programming card does give you some extra functionality, but it's not as simple as doing it on the fly. This system also doesn't have the same BEC output. You're limited at 7.4 volts. So I think if you're seeking maximum performance, the higher end FuriTech systems are still the way to go, but they're almost double the cost of the Hobbywing setup. So for 90% of the builds out there, I think this Hobbywing Quickrun setup is going to be an excellent option. I'm going to be waiting with bated breath for a Hobbywing Mini Fusion. Speaking of Fusion, I will be testing the Mini 16 Fusion in another video coming right up soon. But overall, super impressed. Great combo here. Great first offering from Hobbywing into the mini crawler market. But guys, let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think of this system? And as always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you in the next video.